Welcome to the Inner Whisper, your sacred pause to come home to yourself. Hi, I'm Vane. Before we begin, if this space supports you, if it resonates with you, you can subscribe to my channel, The Inner Light Path, so you don't miss any whispers. It is also a simple way to support this space and help this message reach more people, which is my intention. Thank you for being here. Today, I want to close the conversation we have been having this week. If you haven't listened to the other Inner Whispers, please, I invite you to do so. And before asking ourselves whether to continue or let go, and after looking at what you have been believing, there's something important left. There are moments when you feel like you just can't keep going, and the first thing that comes to your mind is to quit. And it's right there that is worth pausing for a moment. How do you continue without betraying yourself in the process? Maybe you don't need to let go, but also don't need to keep going in the same way. Because a lot of time, what is exhausting you is not what you're trying to build. It's the way you have been trying to hold it, too rigid, demanding, maybe disconnected from how you actually feel right now. And that's when everything starts to feel heavier. Not because it no longer matters, but because the way you are doing it is no longer supporting you. And that's important to see, because it's not always the path that is wrong. Sometimes it's how you are walking it. And this is where you can begin to make small shifts. I want to offer you these 3 pathways to help you go through this process. The first one, make it simpler. Sometimes you don't need to do more. You need to do less. Reduce the load, soften the pressure. Because when something feels too heavy, your systems shuts down. But when you make it smaller, more manageable, you can step back in. And that changes everything. The second one, make it your own. At some point, without even noticing, you start doing things the way you think they should be done. And that's when you disconnect. So you can ask yourself, what are some steps, small steps, I can take to get closer to my goal? What things can I do to continue moving forward? Because when you take that tiny step, you make your goal more achievable. You stay true to yourself. And the third pathway, reconnect with enjoyment. Not everything has to be disciplined. Not everything has to be or feel heavy. Sometimes you need to move, change your environment, listen to something different. Give yourself permission to try without pressure. Because creativity doesn't come from force, it comes from space. And when you start enjoying it again, your energy comes back. And there's something else I want you to see, because this isn't just about continuing. It's about what happens inside you when you actually complete something, when you move through a full process, even if it wasn't perfect, even if you doubted yourself along the way, you arrive somewhere different, because it's no longer a dream. It's no longer, I think I can. It's, I did it. And that shifts something deeply. You start trusting yourself more, feeling more capable, more grounded. Like something inside you shifted. Your system relaxes, because there is alignment. You said you would do it and you did. And that builds real confidence, not affirmations, evidence, proof of your achievement. And beyond that, when you reach the end, you start to see things you couldn't see before. New ideas, new possibilities, new directions. Sometimes you realize that what you started wasn't the end. It was just the beginning of something else bigger. And that you don't discover if you stop halfway. And before moving forward, let's pause. Let's take our breaths of light. I invite you to find a comfortable position. Relax your shoulders. If you can, gently close your eyes. Feel your breath. Let's inhale through the nose, always exhaling through the mouth. And take a deep breath, softening your body, letting the tension begin to release. And exhale, letting go of the pressure, allowing things to feel a little lighter. Second breath, inhale, connecting with the part of you that still wants to continue, even if it feels quieter. And breathe out, releasing the need to do it perfectly, making space to do it your own way. Last breath. Inhale, coming back to yourself, to your center. And let go, trusting that you can find a way forward that also supports you. Stay here for a few seconds, feeling grounded in your truth. Remember, it's not always about letting go, and it's not about forcing yourself to keep going the same way. Sometimes it's about learning how to hold what you care about in a way that doesn't betray you. Giving yourself permission to shift the pace, the structure, the approach, without letting go of what matters to you. Because when you stay with it, you just don't move forward. You change. You become someone who follows through, who stays, who arrives. And that opens doors. It expands your path. And it shows you version of yourself you couldn't see before. Because in the end, this isn't just about getting somewhere. It's about who you are becoming along the way. And as Tony Robbins says, it's not what you achieve, it's who you become in the process. I want to share this mantra with you. You can repeat it or just listen to it. Even if I doubt, I continue. Even if it's not perfect, I continue. I trust in my ability to follow through. Thank you for being here again. If this resonated with you, I'm really glad you're here. If you want to keep listening to these whispers, please subscribe to the Inner Light Path and support this space. And if you would like to go deeper, you can also read me on Substack at the Inner Light Path. Have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you on Monday. Until then, love deeply, shine brightly, and embrace your journey. Ciao.